across the world, wherever you are joining us. Today, we are not here to entertain ourselves. Our broadcast these days is not to entertain anybody, not to entertain ourselves. We are here to speak truth in a nation where truth is dangerous. We are here to speak truth in a nation where truth is dangerous. We are here to expose what many already know, but are afraid to say. Take note, there is nothing we are saying here that people don't know already. But so many are afraid to talk about it. Some people, they are so afraid that they cannot even post the image of Mazen Nanekan in their platform. They are so scared that they will not even speak about the atrocities of Nigerian government in their platform. They don't care. Go to their platform. It's about comedy, jesting, abusing, insult, saga. That is what you see. National issues that concerns their future, their children and the generation unborn, they don't talk about it. It is sad. But in this platform, that is our responsibility. That is our area of concern. And we will continue to do that for as long as we have the life. Nigeria is no longer under the control of its government. Take it or leave it. Nigeria is no longer under the control of its government. Terrorist groups now dictate movements, safety, and survival in Nigeria. Every single one will say here, go to their own media. Don't go to their own media. Listen to the news that is coming and information. Monitor the situation. Make investigation. You come back to this platform and you confirm every single thing we said. Terrorist groups now dictate movement, safety, and survival in that contraption called Nigeria. Civil disobedience has become the only peaceful tool left for ordinary people. The only peaceful tool left for ordinary people today is civil disobedience. Monday sit at home is not rebellion. I have said it again and again. It is not rebellion. Monday sit at home is not rebellion. It is a cry for attention, a cry for safety, a cry for justice. Today, we will try to break it down more the way we always do. The cause, the effect, the danger, the silence, the global implication. We will try as much as possible to break it down. The Monday sit at home represents a lot of things for us, the Biafran people. This movement is not random. It is not accidental. It is not something people enjoy doing. No. It represents three major realities. A complete loss of trust in the Nigerian government. Number one, a complete loss of trust in the Nigerian government. This is one of the reasons we must hold on to the seat at home. The whole world is watching, more especially at this point in time, when the whole satellite of the world is focused on Nigeria. A complete loss of trust in the Nigerian government. This is one of the ways we can show it to the world. It shows to the world that Nigeria has lost moral authority over the people of Biafra. Nigeria, the Nigerian government, has lost moral authority over the people of Biafra. If you don't understand, now you know why they are fighting by all means to stop the sit at home, by blackmail, by false flag operations, and different kinds of strategies, including taking innocent lives. Now you understand why they can go to any extent to stop it. It is also a symbol of fear and unsafety People no longer feel protected. Biafrans do not feel protected in the zoological republic called Nigeria. You cannot come out and protest. We feel safer staying at home than going out into the country where danger is unpredictable. You saw people that have protested in the past. What happened? Which one are you going to mention? The Aba massacre, the Headbridge massacre, the Tollgate massacre, the Abuja massacre. Which one are you going to mention? Protesters have been mowed down with live bullets. People do not feel safe or protected. That is why sit at home becomes the only solution, the only alternative that we have. Now they tell you, don't do anything, keep silent, don't react. But at the same time, telling you the sit at home that is very peaceful, they are also telling you to keep it away. When I say you do not have any representation, nobody is there for you and I. Don't expect anybody to come and call you. Sit at home, civil disobedience is something that if you have not been participating in it, with the situation of things today, with the verdict pronounced on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, with the handing over of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to the caliphate, this is the time for you to participate in that sit at home more than ever, to make your voice heard. At this time that the whole world, their satellites is focused on Nigeria, they are supposed to look in Biafra land today, being Monday, and they will see a cold silence everywhere. Deserted market, deserted streets. This sit at home is also a massive vote of no confidence in the security system of Nigeria. A massive vote of no confidence in the politicians in Nigeria. A massive vote of no confidence in those that call themselves elite in Biafra land. This is a weapon that you cannot challenge. If anybody has something that is better than sit at home, please, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Abiyama, present it to us. We want to see. If you are here, you have a superior argument, something that we can use to air our opinion, to make our voice heard, and stay safe more than they sit at home. Please use the link and come in. Give us a superior argument. Let's hear. But until then, sit at home continues unstoppable. The sit at home you are saying is like just saying we cannot trust the road anymore. We cannot trust the checkpoints. We cannot trust the government of Nigeria or those they put in place in our land. The stooges they have in their land. The politicians cannot be trusted. The sit at home is silent, but it is loud, louder than you can ever imagine. That is why no sensible Biafran will walk away from it. When you look at the way the government fought against the sit at home and continue to fight it today, you will know that it's a very strong weapon. And you are supposed to hold it to your heart and never allow anybody to take it away from you. Terrorism have already taken over Nigeria. Terrorists are in charge of the zoological republic as we speak. If you like, take it. If you like, don't take it. If you like, believe it. If you like, don't believe it. You are going to wake up just like people who never believed, who came online and wrote that there is no genocide, and the following day, their life was taken. If you like, don't believe it. I bet you the victors of yesterday, today they are victims. The victors of today, tomorrow they will be victims. And so it will continue. That you are a victor today doesn't mean that you will not be a victim tomorrow. It's just a question of time. It will come to your own table. It is like a table fan. It blows here, it blows here, it blows there. When your own time comes, it will blow to your direction. Continue to pretend. To understand today's crisis, we must understand the past failures of the zoological republic. The zoological republic called Nigeria, that contraption did not collapse overnight. Terrorism did not grow from the soil by itself. Understand it. Terrorism in Nigeria did not grow from the soil by itself. It started gradually until we got to where we are today. And here are the key systemic failures that allowed it to happen. If you like, believe it, it's up to you. All you got to do is, after we give our points, you go and make your verifications, make your inquiries, and come out with your own superior argument. For so many years, there has been warning, there have been signs, there have been warning, and they ignored. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the front line of warning from 2010. From 2010, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the front line for warning. You can imagine the people who were showing the broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in his judgment. They used the broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in judgment to sentence him, but they do not use the broadcast Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made to save Nigeria in 2010. These are the people who are so focused on broadcast, and they forgot that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu broadcast started from Save Nigeria. Save Nigeria in 2010 on video. The video has gone viral. It is everywhere. Where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was protesting to save Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was protesting to save Nigeria. The warning was ignored. But today they make you believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu just came and began to speak about Biafra. They make you believe that he just came and began to talk and he's a troublemaker. Years of warnings ignored. Communities raised alarms. Communities raised alarm of what is happening today. Nobody paid attention. Nobody paid attention. They ignored it. Schools were attacked. It's like a normal thing. Even a sheikh will come and tell you it's only common kidnapping children doesn't mean anything. Only children. So it's only children they kidnap, they take money and they go. Somebody will come and say that on national TV and people walk away and it doesn't matter. Farmers were targeted. We saw a time where a group of farmers in the north were murdered in cold blood. Their corpses lined up and buried. Government never took action. Nobody was held accountable. Nobody was arrested. Villages were raided time and time again. Highways were unsafe. We saw even when train was attacked in that contraption. Then people continue to move about their business. It's business as usual. This is when they were testing the waters. They were testing the waters on how to take over the contraption. So it didn't happen overnight. Before we got here, it took processes to get to where we are today. And it is important that we speak about this issue so that the international communities that are focused on Nigeria today, we know where the issue is coming from. It didn't just start from Boko Haram. The attack started all the way before then. And it was all about religion that was put in front. It started an attack on Igbos, more especially Biafran, the Igbo Biafrans. That is the genesis of this very Christian genocide that is talk of the time today. The Igbo Biafrans were the target. Before it now metamorphosed into the Christian genocide that you are seeing today. That still includes the Igbos. You can't separate it. I have said it several times that you cannot separate it. Always try as much as you can to separate it. The Christian genocide we're talking about today has everything to do with the Igbo genocide. That is where it started. That is where it started. But when it started, other ethnic groups didn't pay attention. They felt it doesn't concern them. When the Igbos were massacred in the north, people felt it doesn't concern them. It's about the Igbos. The government never did anything about it. No compensation, no apology, nothing. Nothing was done. No security was given. Because it was the Igbo Biafrans. And other people went about their business as if it's doing. Now, they have tested the water and they have extended it to Christian genocide. That is where we are today. That the world have finally begun to pay attention. When we speak about these things, you don't understand. Some of you may disagree. But I just saw a tweet. I saw something on Twitter that someone was posting that Shegumi, when he traveled to Turkey, Shegumi went to Turkey. Do you know the argument he was making? The argument Shegumi was making in Turkey was that Donald Trump coming to speak against the Christian genocide was actually fighting on behalf of Biafra. He was saying that the United States supported Biafra during the Civil War. It is not a coincidence. You know, some of you, it is difficult for you to put things together, but in this one, I believe you begin to understand better. I saw that very message. I saw it on Twitter, posted by another northerner. Let me see if I can be able to bring it up. What Shegumi went to say in Turkey. In Turkey, when he went to, you know, when he ran to Turkey and people said he was escaping, and later he came back. That was what Shegumi went and said in their national TV in Turkey. You can see it. It's posted by a northerner, Honorable Nuhu Sada. You can imagine. Let me read what this honorable wrote. Look at it. This is a verified Twitter account, Honorable Nuhu Sada. Look at what he wrote. Shegumi said that the United States does not wish Nigeria well, alleging that America was among those who supported the Biafran region that attempt to break away from Nigeria during the Civil War. He stated this during an interview with TRT African Hausa while on visit to Istanbul. At times, when discussions were ongoing regarding the threat made by US President Donald Trump for Nigeria to face possible military action. That was Shegumi. Shegumi said this on their national TV, TNT in Turkey, when he talked to Turkey. You see, when we say that these things has everything to do with the Biafran issue, it has everything to do with the evils, the Biafran genocide. Some of you don't understand. Some of you do not understand. You think that maybe we are saying it out of emotion. We are just trying to bring things up. But look at Shegumi. Went to Turkey. And all he has to say is he is dragging that United States supported Biafra during the Civil War. And because of that, they have come again to support the Biafrans to disintegrate Nigeria. So anytime you hear about these issues and you continue to ignore the fact that it has everything to do with the Biafran people, you cannot solve this problem. You know, when we say Biafra is the only remedy, this is a confirmation of that. Disintegration of the Zoological Republic kill this interest that is causing this problem. Everybody be in their own region, defend their own territory, protect their own territory. It is a solution that has been applied in so many countries and it worked. I don't see why it cannot work in Nigeria. If you care about human life in that contraption, support the disintegration of Nigeria and support it now. That is the only way to go. There is no other shortcut to pass. That is the only way. If you like, put boot on the ground. If you like, come and fight. And the next day, they will come back. And it is about Islamizing the whole country, Fulanizing the whole country, and taking over the land. Every complaint I have made in the past was ignored. Everything was ignored. In every complaint, made the same response. When you make a complaint, they will tell you everything is under control. Just like they are telling the US now that everything is under control. Nigerian government will always tell you that everything is under control. They make you believe that everything is all right, even when there is a terrible situation. There is a serious emergency, security emergency in Nigeria. But yet, every time you call them out, every time you call their attention, they will tell you everything is under control. Security agencies in Nigeria claim to be underfunded, claim to be under-equipped. It is not ordinary. With all the allocation that is given to them, they still claim that they are underfunded. They claim that they are under-equipped. It is not ordinary. All these things are well-planned strategies. They are well-planned strategies. Many security officers were left without proper tools, without proper training, without proper intelligence. You saw recently a brigadier general was murdered in cold blood after he has escaped the enemy, only to call to the barrack, and the next minute his call was intercepted and he was gone. And some people say it's a mistake, it's a coincidence. They call it coincidence. You see where people are excusing wickedness. They are excusing evil plan. They are giving an excuse for terrorists in the government. You cannot fight terrorism with outdated strategies. You cannot protect the nation with weak structure. But that is what you have in the contraption called Nigeria, put in place by the government itself. The order of the day in Nigeria is poor intelligence and zero accountability. Poor intelligence and zero accountability. Just like you saw in the death of that brigadier general. You saw it. This one, we are speaking about this one because it is a brigadier general. There have been many, many other people who have lost their life serving that contraption. Many people, more especially Biafrans, people from the southern part of Nigeria. Many people from the southern part of Nigeria who have lost their life thinking they were serving a nation that belongs to them. But at the end of the day, they were sacrificed. When criminals attack reportedly without being arrested, when cases are reported but never resolved, we have seen it time and time again. Information will be given to the military. Look at, they are coming. To the police, they are coming. Bandits go running rampage everywhere, going in convoy. Sometimes you see bandits they will go and take permission from them that they are passing, and they will allow them a passage. We have seen several videos. Bandits will go and tell the checkpoint that they are passing. They should allow them, and they will allow them safe passage. You saw a custom officer coming on national TV say that we gave the bandits bags of rice for us to be safe. And he was congratulating himself that he has done a good job by giving bandits 10 bags of rice, 10 or 8 bags of rice in order to get their safety. And he was speaking about it on national TV boldly as somebody who has done something great. When victims remain statistics, today they will tell you, this time it was only 30. They'll say only 30. They will call it human being. They say only 30 were kidnapped this time. They will describe it as only 30 were kidnapped. The next they will say, oh, this time only 200. Oh, this time it has reduced to 10. They are talking about human being. When victims remain statistics, terrorism becomes encouraged. And that is what you see in Nigeria. Terrorism have been encouraged on different occasions, on different ways in Nigeria. You see them play politics above national security. And you still want to call yourself part of that very contraption. Security become politicized. Security become politicized. We are going to play so many videos. That was the video that piqued my interest. A woman in the northern part of Nigeria, a lady, was speaking about somebody who they made the Minister of Defense. Defense Minister of Nigeria. How many of you know him? I am going to play that video for you to listen. It is not a Biafra. I said today I used the program, I used the videos from people from the north or from the southwest, not Biafra. So I will not say a Biafran person is saying it. So that you will hear. You hear how they politicize everything. People, they choose how they make choices on who runs who, on who does what. And I want to play that video. Security become politicized. Action becomes selective. Certain regions were ignored. Certain issues were downplayed for political benefits. And why politicians argue terrorists grow stronger. I want to play that video of somebody who claims to be your Minister of Defense in Nigeria. I want you to listen carefully how this lady from the north described him. I want you to pay attention. It is very, very important. Why we play some of those videos is that let it not be that we are just the ones talking. Let it not be that we are the ones making all the assertions. When you hear from different angles, you begin to understand how serious.
Before we go into who currently owns the office, let's talk about what the Ministry of Defense is and what it requires. Ministry of Defense is the body responsible for national security. It is supposed to supervise the Nigerian armed forces, protecting our borders, overseeing defense policies, military intelligence, coordination of armed operations, procurement of weapons, and advising the president on all matters relating to national security, to the national security of the hundreds of millions of Nigerians across every nook and cranny of this country. Ideally, the Minister of Defense should be someone with very strong experience in military service. Someone with strong experience in military service, in national defense, national security, defense strategy, counterinsurgency operations, intelligence work, or at least expertise in defense administration. Someone who understands troop deployment, someone who understands conflict zones, military logistics, threat assessment, weapon procurement, and the very architecture of national security. Now, let's look at who we actually have as the Minister of Defense. Nigeria's current Minister of Defense is Bello Matawalle. Yes, the former governor of Zamfara State, the person who was the governor between 2019 to 2023. Yes, the same Zamfara that is one of the most terror-plagued states in the northern region. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is his qualifications for being the Minister of Defense, right? His background is that he started off as a teacher in a government girls' college in Morike and one other place in Zamfara State. Then he became a civil servant where he joined the Federal Ministry of Water Resources. And then he gave politics a shot where he ran and won a seat in the National Assembly and he left the Federal Ministry of Water Resources. That is in 1998 and he has been in politics ever since. He held multiple political positions, including being a House of Reps member at some point before he became the governor of Zamfara State. And somehow, despite not having a single strand of military or defense-related experiences or expertise, not anywhere in his education or career, he is now in charge of national security for the entire country. This is a man who has never served in the armed forces, never officially trained in defense strategy, never managed a military operation, never worked in intelligence, and never handled any form of defense logistics. And yet somehow he is responsible for coordinating security operations against Boko Haram, against bandits, against multiple other terrorist groups and militant groups we have across the country. And here is what is more concerning to me personally. As the governor of Zamfara State, he could not control the insecurity in his state. Under his leadership, Zamfara remained one of the most terrorized states in Nigeria. But somehow, after failing to secure one state, he was put in charge of securing 36 states, including the FCT. And then we have the allegations. During his time as governor, he has been accused by the current governor of Zamfara State, Dauda Lawal, of basically frolicking with bandits. He has been accused of colluding with bandits, keeping bandits in the government house in Zamfara, paying ransom directly to terrorists, and procuring even vehicles for popular notorious bandit kingpins. When we say bandit kingpins, I mean people like Bello Turji. And if you think I was done, I'm not. Right after he left office, FCC announced a massive investigation into allegations of extensive corruption, fraudulent contract awards, and the misappropriation of funds of over 70 billion naira during his administration. See, when I talk about politicization of insecurity in Nigeria, right, this is one of the very many examples of what I mean by that. When people with no defense experience, people with unresolved controversies, people who could not secure their own states, when these people are placed in charge of the national security of the entire country, it becomes clear that appointments are not based on competence, they're based on politics, on who knows who or who can do what for who in power. It stops being about governance, it stops being about protecting the people, and it starts being about protecting the interests of those in power. Now, whether the allegations are true or not, one thing here remains a fact. Thanks. Now, before we go into who currently owns the office, let's talk about what the Ministry of Defense is.
You see, this lady has just nailed everything. You know, it is good that it's coming from a northerner. And when you see the kind of person that is your Minister of Defense, and today you see that the terrorists are running rampage everywhere. Today, you see a general is being murdered, and you're asking, how did they get the information? Today, you hear that you are going to attack the Boko Haram, and you hear a stand down. You hear that the bandits are making their case, negotiating everywhere in public. You see bandits coming in convoy, moving publicly. With this kind of a man being your Minister of Defense, and some of you are still asking questions. Some of you still ignore and you're asking questions. And some idiots will come out and still begin to talk and speak against Trump, who has made a wake-up call, who has taken a step to save the innocent in the zoo. With this very information that this lady passed. These are things that are in the public. Every single thing she said is in the public. Is in the public view. Every single person in that contraction called Nigeria knows about it. And they were all sitting there, and this man was appointed as the defense minister. And today you're asking, why is it that terrorists cannot be curtailed? You are asking, who is in charge? And when we say that Nigerian government is under the arms of the terrorists, some of you think it's just a joke, or maybe we are trying to entertain you. But never mind. The next video I am going to play will explain every single thing you need to know. It is left for you to either wake up or continue to sleep. As for we, the Biafran people, we are standing strong and we are paying our voice, and we will never stop. One of the things we'll never stop is defending ourselves, protecting ourselves, making the noise we have to make to call the attention of the world. We will never stop. We won't stop. It doesn't matter how you see us. It doesn't matter what you call us. It doesn't matter the way you address us. We're not going to stop. You're welcome, my brother Christian. I can see you there, bro. Christian, you're there. Give an opening speech to the Biafrans before we proceed. Go ahead.
Yeah, morning, brother. Choose. Yeah. So we don't taste more. I think it was last week. I don't know, maybe Friday that we talked about. A lot has happened. A lot is still happening, and a lot will continue to happen. You know. Yeah. This lady now, the things she said about Matawale Bello. Matawale. We know this, like you said, it's good. It's finally coming out from them, because if we say it, they will say because we want to leave Nigeria, and that is why, you know. But how do you go, my brother? Because that Matawale, Tinubu knows that he doesn't have qualification. Of course, not that Tinubu himself has, you know. But he chose Matawale in hope that he will be, because Matawale is a terrorist himself, Tinubu is too. And of course, I've explained severally why I call Tinubu a terrorist also. Because it's not only the boys in the bush carrying out, even on the street, carrying out the terrorism that is terrorist. Those who are condoning them, supporting them, financing them, looking away, they are all in it. So Tinubu put him in that position with the hope that Matawale, because he knows how deeply Matawale is involved in terrorism with the terrorists, so that he will be able to manipulate the activities, when to attack, when not to attack, how and where, and stuff like that. But it's not working out so well. And like I always say that, Onyendo always say, now, I can't see her by no. That's why we are seeing all. Because Tinubu, his hope was to be able to, kind of manipulate, regulate the whole situation, while he serve out his term with his criminality, stealing, embezzlement, and stuff like that. But like I said, it's not working out well. The same process that plays out during Buhari when he gave Pantami that digital position. And that, because Pantami studied digital technology, and that is why during that time, and even up to now, and even now moving forward, you see what is playing out as a result of the activities that Pantami put in place, where the Brigadier General was kidnapped, they attacked them, and his location was traceable by the terrorists because they are coordinating using technology too, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
So this is what, bro, obviously, how can I say now? Anybody who is, especially if you're a Biafran, you're a politician or whatever, and you are believing in one Nigeria, I can only say that by the grace of Chukwuka, let Nigeria happens to you. Because that is the reward you deserve.
Surely it will.
Yeah, that is the result. Nothing other than that is the result you deserve. Because Nigeria has shown beyond doubt, beyond any measure, that it's an evil demonic entity. Mankind have not seen an evil entity as Nigeria is, where everything is so coordinated with evil. President after president, at least this the past one and this current one, have been at the center piece of terrorism, criminality, destruction, and it's incredible. Absolutely, I've never seen anything like this in my whole life. Everything is riddled with evil and terrorism, and they have people backing that. If you need to see the interview of Ruben Epes Abati with one Igbo guy, a brilliant, I think he's a law somebody, definitely in the law profession. He took him to the gutter. But that is a story for another time. You probably would have seen it. But like I said, we can talk about it maybe later or some other time. But Ruben Abati was put to shame. We're looking at him and everything that he stands for, that is undoubtedly evil personified. When you see Ruben Abati, you are seeing a typical, oh my God. Odiego. These are evil people. And there's another one too that we had an interview with Adiola, the Yoruba lady, So also that is also a story for another time, because that one.
I think that's the next video I want to play. I want us to look into that video. Yeah. That guy made a very, very outstanding exposition on that very place. There's no way. I don't know why people still after seeing all these things, watching all these things, and then they will still come out and they will still be thinking that somehow that Nigeria is redeemable. I can't just understand it. I can't just place it. I can't place it in my head. These are experts. These are experts who have been in the gutters. They have seen it all. Yeah. And they come out, they speak up, they give you information, and yet you play on it, you continue to do your saga, you continue to do your normal comedy and pretend nothing is happening.
Massachusetts. It boils down, it comes down to, that which we have always said too, including Mazen Namdekano, So because at the end of the day, not that everybody is on that level, but always, like for the most part, you clearly see why the black race is at the bottom of all races. I've been saying it from day one.
And they will continue to be there. They will continue to be there.
Definitely we will continue. Because that laddie guy, I'm sure that he's a Yoruba guy, He's a
Yoruba guy. He's a Yoruba. Not that he's a Yoruba guy.
Okay. So he has loads of information about what goes on in Nigeria. And but at the end of the day, he is consumed with delusion. Even having seen and known everything.
There were deals that went
on. Are you going to be playing it now?
Go on. After your speech, then I play it. We'll go ahead with it.
Okay, well, so maybe why playing it will be dissecting it, because there are so many areas that we have to, I don't know, so maybe like I said, because it's important, that is why I appreciate the effort we are putting in, your effort and this channel, because you know what, we have to be, I just hope too that our people are listening and they are learning. It is a school, because guys like this laddie guy, this Yoruba guy, you can clearly see that these are not people you can rely on. These are a bunch of people whom, for whatever it is, the truth is not in them. And even when they speak the truth, you have to watch the truth very carefully, because it's riddled. That truth is riddled with half-baked. It's incomplete truth, and they will lead you to a place of destruction. So it's important to learn, to know that these are not people you can't hold up. You can't count on them. Just like I've just explained about Ruben Abati. The shame that he was displaying. The Igbo guy was so learned, so professional, he understands the law. Ruben Abati said he is also a lawyer, right? Okay, but we know that these are guys with Oluole certificate. If you know about law, if you know anything about Oluole certificate, these are what some of them used. The Turumbus of this world, Oluole certificate.
We lost you. We can't hear you anymore. We can't hear you, Christian. We can't hear you. We can't hear you anymore, Christian. Okay. So let us listen to this very video, and as we proceed. So somebody just came in there. GGG. Who is that? GGG. Can you GGG speak to us? Let's hear you before I play the video. Go ahead, GGG.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Joe, Mr. Chief.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, Biafra. Good morning, fellow citizens. The issue on the ground now, we don't have anything to say, only that people have to defend themselves now. Self-defense is allowed. They have to defend themselves because we don't have anybody to speak for us again. Because if you shut up like this, say nobody should make noise, nobody should come. Things are going wrong badly. These people are entering inside our bone. The day when they go blow this whistle, okay, also you have to defend yourself, everybody.
Thank you so much, my brother. I think I agree with you on that. Self-defense is allowed by international law, allowed by African peoples and human rights law. Even Nigerian law itself allows self-defense. Anybody that is telling you to keep silent, don't talk, don't do this is only setting you up for your death. Every single one. I have said it before. I have said it on this program before I continued. I said it on this program that you must prepare to defend yourself. Don't wait. Nobody is there to talk for you.
Nobody there. We don't have anybody
to fight for you. You must rise up and fight for yourself. Don't wait for anybody. Don't wait for any messiah from
like,
any place, from any angle. Nobody. We must prepare
like,
ourselves.
imagine, 1 minute, because I woke up this morning, I saw news in over 300 wipeouts. This morning, yesterday night, but no one is talking. I have to find out for political leaders. We don't have anybody. We have only cowards, ocho. Poor man like me, big on it. Everybody defend the gun. I was saying, I'm here. So I was saying, when you get everybody, more compassion. Because on your bola, okay, I'm going to defend yourself before more than 1 week. Before more than 1 week, before that is not under for because in the kept up I go too much. Ndị Igbo wee kete n'ọra nnọjọkwa dịketa n'ọra ogbeturu ometimi wetu anya ọgwụkọ ha normal choose you can carry on. I'm a manager for my program with you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate your comment. It's a word of encouragement to every one of us as Biafrans, more especially people in homeland. Don't fold your hand and say you're waiting for one person somewhere to come and save you. You must get prepared. Get prepared. At least before your head is fight for your life. You must have to be ready to fight for your life. Don't just fold your hands. It is better that you die fighting than you just fold your hand and somebody will come and take off your head. It is better that you die fighting. So that even in your grave, you'll be glad to say at least you fought. When you meet your forefathers, you will tell them that you fought, you tried your best. For you to fold your hand and think that Messiah is going to come from anywhere is a waste of time. Nobody is going to speak for you. Nobody is going to come for you. Nobody is there. We don't have any voice. We don't have any representative anywhere on earth. Only Chukwu Okike is what we have. And the grace he has given us is that he has made it possible that we know what is coming when it has not come. He has used Mazen Nandekano and Mazen Simon Ekpa to give us strategies and also give us information on what is coming ahead. A lot of terrible things are going to happen. Prepare yourself now. Look for a means on how to protect yourself and begin to plan. Don't wait. Let us listen to this very video. I want you to pay attention to this very video. Pay attention to this very video and listen to every single word in this very video. This interview that was done to this man, he explained so many things. For you to know that there is no remedy to what you are seeing today in Nigeria, it is going to be worse. The situation of Nigeria is going to be worse. For the fact that they are busy attacking the United States, they are busy antagonizing the United States, they are proudly, their government is sponsoring blackmail and propaganda against something they are supposed to embrace. It shows you that Nigeria have already embraced terrorism. They have already embraced it and they are in charge. Nigerian government today is people that are in charge of it are terrorists. It is not a mere. I want you to, the man that is going to speak today is an expert. I want you to hear from him. Let us listen to what he has to say.
In order to become the president of Nigeria, nobody can argue there were deals that went on. And what he did was to play them against each other so that
you are alleging
that
President Tinubu had a deal with the terrorists?
Excuse me, it is no longer a secret anywhere in the world.
Hi everyone, welcome to this interview. This is a loaded interview, by the way, about the situation of things in Nigeria. I know many of us have been following the insecurity issue. Today, I will be interviewing someone who has been at the forefront of what is happening. If you don't know about the Macedonian Initiative, by the way, it's a faith-based, non-denominational NGO that has been responding to the systematic persecution of Christians in northern Nigeria since the 1990s. Now, the person that I want to interview today is not just a pastor. This man is a security consultant with more than 2 decades of experience, and he has also served as the Deputy Secretary General and the Director for Peace and Security at the African Union. Of course, he is the Global Overseer of Living Waters Unlimited Church and International Coordinator of the Macedonian Initiative. Please help me to welcome one of my fathers.
I want you to pay attention to the qualification and experience of this man that is speaking. You saw her explain the qualification of that man, position he has held, not just in Nigeria, across the globe. It is very important. Pay attention.
Reverend Laddie Peter Thompson. Daddy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Adiola. And let me say quickly that we want to thank God who has given you a platform and a voice to speak in matters of opinion molding and consensus building. I think it's a lofty platform, and I pray you continue to use it well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. First and foremost, a lot of people have been asking, what exactly are we dealing with? What is even going on?
I want to speak without a shred of doubt right now that what Nigeria is dealing with, it is both an ancient and a modern problem. And it is bigger, including religion, but bigger than religion. This is not an Usman Danfodio narrative. It's a more modern, more deadly, more intelligent Hydra, a supremacist agenda that was perfected by Osama bin Laden when he globalized the global resurgence of religious terrorism. This is not merely a Fulani problem. It's bigger than that. There are at least about 5-6 groups that we are reckoning with. It has a head in education. It has infiltrated our security defense systems. Over the years, it has infiltrated governance. It has infiltrated media.
Okay, so thank you so much, Daddy. But I feel like so far you have been speaking in parables. You are not naming. Okay, so you said 5 different heads. You need to put names. Also, you need to give the evidence of all these things that you are saying.
I told you it's a supremacist agenda that was designed to use Islam as a cover. That's why for the first 15, 16 years, it was targeted only at Christians first. I told publicly that in the later years, towards the end, when they're about to strike Nigeria completely, they will start killing Muslims as well. So I said that about 10 years ago. You are dealing with something that is global, but has a local face. Its objective